Hello friends, it's Navonod on Hold'em, and as I mentioned in a couple of my videos previously, I've got a bit of a call to action here. I've been kind of toying with the idea of going full-time with poker for a very long time, well over a decade, and I think I'm ready to take that step, or not quite. I'm ready to dip my toes in. I've cut my hours back in my real life job to part-time, and I've taken on some students. It's not as steady as I'd like it to be, and I've got some writing things going on, and I've been splashing around at Hollywood Casino in Toledo, and the 2-5 game at the Cleveland Casino also this year, and doing quite well. So I don't make a ton of money playing online, but just every once in a while I pull a few $100s off of it. That's mostly just for you guys, just to kind of, and I enjoy doing it. But what I want to do is I want to take this whole thing to the next level. I feel like I can do that with some help from y'all. I've got kind of a vision of what I want this to be. I've got thousands of people that I've got thousands of comments, thousands of subscribers isn't something that applies, but I've got thousands of views on many of my videos on PokerTube. I don't want to do that. I want to start with YouTube as my base of operations. If I can get it going, it's going to be, I think, farther reaching, easier to monetize, honestly, and it can reach a wider, broader audience. Another thing is, what I've seen recently is I've had this channel in one form or another for like a couple of years, and no one's subscribed. I had like 12 subscribers up until a few months back, and then something happened, and it was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's like I'm getting one a day almost here lately. So it feels like maybe we've hit that threshold where the thing's about to pop off, and I want it to, but I want your help. I think I might need your help, especially subscribers. I want more subscribers, but beyond that, I want more comments, more interactions. I'd love to have more views and all of that, but what I really want is I would like it if when I said, hey guys, let me know what you'd like to see. I'd like you to tell me. I mean, you have an opportunity here where there's maybe 35, 36 subscribers. Haven't checked today, it could be more. And you're in a situation where you've got a guy that's been studying poker for a very long time and has, I know some people, and if I don't know the answer to something, I'm sure I can find it. I've got some buddies that are pretty well-known poker players and coaches and content producers. I'm not going to be name-dropping, I guess, but if I can't think of the answer or come up with a good conceptual video on it, I'm sure I can find that information. So ask me questions, email me, dondoust@gmail.com, or just use the comment section. That is what it's for. So in terms of interaction, this is what I want to do. I want to build up a community here on YouTube, and then spring it over into a web, what is it called, Squarespace. I've been toying with the free version of that, and I want more emails, want more correspondence. I'd love to have more coaching gigs, and even I think you guys know my policy is I do the first session for free, so you've really got nothing to lose. And I'd like to hear some video recommendations. If you've got sessions that you've played that you'd like me to critique, I'm more than happy to do that. I think they make really interesting videos. Send it to me. I'll analyze it as good as I can, as well as I can, and I'll post it up and send you a copy of it. I mean, there's lots of different ways we can do it, but I want to start getting it going, and I'm asking for your help. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a homework assignment, and I really think this is all that it's going to take. It seems to me that it takes an awful long time to go from 1 to 10 subscribers. Then it's not as hard to go from 10 to 20. And I'm guessing now that we're at 30-something, it's going to be pretty easy to get to 100. And then once we get to 100, it may just pop off. It's got to kind of work like that, I think. I know now that when you look for certain things, when you plug it into YouTube, my videos come up straight away. And you used to have to dig for them. It was really hard to find them. And I expect that's just going to get more and more the case. So send at least one of my videos to one of your friends. I'm sure you guys have poker buddies, and I'm sure you can find something like, if you talk poker with anybody, if they ask a question, or if you guys are kind of arguing about a subject or discussing or debating a situation, it's not at all unlikely that I already have a video that covers that topic. And if I don't, you can ask me, and I'll probably literally make you one. I'm going to post it, but I need material anyway, right? And ask at least one friend to watch and subscribe if they like the content. And just vocalize something to me. Just say something. Let me know that you're out there. I've got like 4 people that I've got 4 people that I've done coaching for. 1 just free coaching. 3 have actually, bought packages off of this YouTube platform, and I've only got maybe 6 people that I've ever heard from. So I'd like you guys. I mean, that's a lot, I think, compared to relative to the number of subscribers. But I'd like it to be more. I'd like to kind of consider these 35 subscribers that I have right now, or 36. I'm going to check it today. In fact, we're just going to call it the first 50 subscribers. Once I can go full-time, and I do expect this is going to happen, if not immediately, somewhere in the not-too-distant future, where I'm able to, just write. And I've done writing for back in the day, Full Tilt and toppoker.org. I've published a book, and I'm in the process of writing a second one, which I think is turning out really good. With that, the little bit of money that I make from this whole YouTube thing, which would be, or online thing I should say, which would be the coaching gigs and a tiny bit of money, like a few $100 a month that I'm pulling off. I'm making something there, and I think it's real close to being able to just take it full time. I'd like to have some variance-free money. I think everybody really likes to have that, but I am crushing the 2-5 games in Cleveland, and they're even softer in Toledo, but it's just not as easy for me to make it back to Toledo all that often. But they're bad. I mean, the players there are really bad. So my point is that this can happen. And if you guys help me make it happen, I want to kind of help you out too. So I'm thinking of a premium site and bringing on some coaches to do like little part-time gigs, or probably just that, because the guys I'm thinking of kind of have their own stuff going on that's I'm sure keeping them pretty busy. But premium site with multiple coaches and video content producers, as well as a forum and an overall community. Down the road, eventually, what I'd really love to do is have a brick-and-mortar poker training dojo. I was able to recently do some one-on-one, in-person, face-to-face coaching, and the amount of stuff we were able to get done that would not be possible online was mind-blowing. And I think it would really be a fantastic thing. So that's kind of my vision for way, way, way down the road. Hopefully not that far. So what I'm thinking is I want to get the second book done, and I want to have this elite invite-only community called Strategy Lab, or Strat Lab, where we talk about things like donk betting and constructing strategies that are kind of fringe strategies, things that aren't well known, how to use our 3-bet ranges and heads up. Should we one thing I've been really kind of going back and forth on is polarized versus linear, and I think I've cracked the code. And I also think I've cracked the code on donk betting and dealing with donk bets. So these are things that are not just thrown out on every forum. They're not available at every training site. And I think if we had some good minds working on this stuff together, we could get somewhere. We could maybe become something like what 2 + 2 was 10 years ago. And I think it would be interesting if I could eventually promote members from within to instructor level for the online training and even for the brick and mortar training. I know it's a little grandiose, but who knows? I mean, poker is definitely making a bit of a resurgence, and they're out there, like the Poker Alliance, poker players, poker celebrities, people that are really in it are trying to do a lot to make waves right now. I think we've got a chance to ride the second wave. I mean, it's not impossible. So this is what you could do. Help me to network. Like I said, I know you've got some friends and probably some poker friends. Just turn them on to my stuff. Bring me up. If you bring me a student, I'm going to give you some kind of a kickback. So spread the word. Volunteer anything that you feel like you could do to help out now, or maybe a little ways down the road with becoming a coach or a coach in training, helping with website design, or even to help me work with Squarespace. It's nothing I've ever done before. I could use moderators, definitely proofreaders. I could definitely use that, and ideas. And you could help me out by buying coaching packages. Let me make the jump to full time by. If I could get just something like $50 a day worth of coaching, I'm there. That's me getting there. I'm sure that would take me to the point where I would be getting enough variance-free income at that point to make the leap. So do me a favor, show me that I'm not as far away from making this kind of dream come true as it might seem by doing me this one solid. Choose one of the following videos and just tell me which one you want me to do. Put it in the comments. Just comment. I think it's okay when you guys email me. I like that. It's cool. But it's better, I think, when you do it in the comments, because then everybody else can see it. It doesn't just sound like I'm making up people that are emailing me, if you could do this in the comments, that would be best. I want to do one of these videos next. Playing the player just talks about would talk about your archetypical archetypal villains, like your maniacs, your tags, lags, whatever the case. And we could I could do a video series on how to beat each type of player, what adjustments to make, how to best adjust in an exploitive manner to exploit each one of the main opponent mistake propensity types. Miyagi-Do B&M training is the brick and mortar stuff. Maybe I'll share with you some of the stuff that I did here recently with Matt, the guy I was coaching in person. I think it's interesting stuff, but you will need at least a poker buddy to do those Miyagi-Do training things with. But if you're interested, let me know and I'll do a video on it. Range construction by position was the one I was planning next. I thought I'd start with under the gun, talk about constructing our opening ranges, and then why we're leaving these hands out, why we're putting those hands in, and then just add hands to it as we move closer to the button and small blind, or steals and re-steals. I think that's really important, especially in today's meta. Push-fold game. I know the push-fold game pretty well, and I've got the charts and I've got the calculator, so we can definitely do a video on push-fold where I can give you a pretty good idea of what GTO looks like, and then how to exploit or move away from GTO in order to exploit players that are calling too often, not shoving enough, that kind of thing. ICM, MGTs, just post-flop line construction. Tricks of the trade would talk about things like ISO raises, 3-betting against ISO raises, which to me is like the new squeeze play. The squeeze play, back raises, C-bets, floats, just all of the stuff that good players know how to do that bad players or mediocre players might not. Isolation versus overlimping would just be explaining exactly what hands and what situations we want to overlimp, what hands we prefer to ISO, and why. Then we can look at specific hands. I did an article for toppoker.org called Big Slick in a Vacuum, and people really liked it. So they ended up having me do an article on a dozen different starting hands, and I think it was kind of interesting. Hand analysis, hero versus villain. This would be just somebody sends me a hand, and I do a video on that hand. Playing draws. I think it was playing draws was another one of my ideas that might have been my next video. I think playing draws is really interesting. Hands like King, Queen suited and Jack 10 suited are some of my favorite hands to play when the opportunity arises, because of the way that they allow you to hit flops in a variety of ways, and that allows you to play the exact opponent that you're playing in a way that best exploits him. And I don't think anything other than draws affords you that same luxury. I mean, when you're playing a draw, it's like if you're playing against a guy that can't stand pressure. He takes too many hands to the flop, but he will put money in early streets but fold on later streets. Then you can just check raise flop, bomb, turn, jam, river all day long with a draw. If you're playing against a complete calling station who cannot fold ace high, then, and he always puts you on a draw, then you might be in a situation where you're better off check calling. So you can see where I'm going with that. There's so much to talk about in that, or really just any suggestions that you have. So I guess that's it for now. So until next time, it's Navonod over, and